Hey guys, are you looking around for some basic information on the ISB admission process? Do you want to know what are the evaluation criteria and what is the admission process step by step? So let me take you through the same. Here we go. So guys, I'm Aditya and I recently graduated from the Indian School of Business and I've been getting certain requests and queries about what is it that somebody has to do to get into the Indian School of Business, which is why I'm making this video. First of all, starting off with a small intro about ISB. ISB was founded in 2001 in Hyderabad and since then it has been going strong for the past 19 years. ISB has two major accreditations. First one being the AACSB, that is an American MBA accreditation, and the EQUIS, that is EQUIS, which is given by the European Association. ISB has consistently ranked in the top 30 global MBA schools throughout for the past almost 5 years now. And in the last year, in this year, that is 2020, ISB ranked 28th in the list. ISB has a huge 12,000 plus alumni base, which in itself is a huge strength that ISB has. And also it has associations with major premier business schools in the US and the UK like Kellogg, Wharton and the London Business School. Now, ISB offers many programs in management, that is the PGP, PGP Pro, PGP Max, MFAB, but I am going to take you through the admission process of its flagship one-year MBA course, that is the PGP or the postgraduate program in management. So there are 5 major elements to the admission process of ISB. The first one is work experience. Now, unlike any other business school in India, ISB mandates every candidate that gets admitted to have a minimum of 2 years of work experience. This is why average work experience of the entire cohort is close to 5 years at ISB. ISB wants its students to come in the classroom having certain experience about the real business world. The course curriculum is also designed as such where you can actually utilize your past learnings from the work experience into the classrooms. In case that you have less than 2 years of work experience as of now, you can still get into ISB through the Young Leaders program. It is a process through which you can actually secure a seat in ISB, but you will get admitted only when you complete 2 years of work-ex. So it is like a pre-booking of a seat in the ISB for your future cohort once you secure 2 years of work-ex. An important point to note over here is that internship is not considered as full-time work experience by ISB. So those who have opted for internship during their chartered accountant courses cannot consider it as their full-time work experience. Once you know that you have a minimum of 2 years of work-ex, the next step is to have a GMAT score. GMAT score is taken, you can get a GMAT score by giving the GMAT examination, and once you have secured a respectable score, only then you can proceed to the next step of the admission process. People usually ask what is the best GMAT score that you need to get into ISB. Let me be frank, there is no such a specific GMAT score that ISB has as such, like a cutoff or something. There is a huge variety in terms of the scores that students have been admitted, varying from 600 to 780 as well. So in this wide spectrum, the average GMAT score that ISB has in its class is usually 710. But let me tell you, having a 750 or GMAT score does not assure you an admit, whereas having a 600, 610 GMAT score does not make sure that that is like a rejection. So it is just one point in the many different points that ISB considers for its admission. So after you have given the GMAT exam and have got a respectable score, the next step would be to log into ISB website and create an account for your admission process. That brings us to the third and another important element of the overall process, that is the essays. ISB usually has two essays which are mandated to be submitted along with your application. Now, these essays more or less have been similar for the past few years, which I will state down here. The first essay is what are your short-term and long-term goals, and how would ISB help or assist you in achieving those goals. Now, the purpose of this essay is that ISB wants to understand how much clarity do you have about your own goals, and short term being goals that are just in the 3 year span, whereas long term being 10 years or further. So ISB wants to know what kind of clarity you have, and also what kind of gaps that you possess, so that ISB can come in and fill in those gaps, where so that you can easily achieve the targets that you have set for yourselves. The second question that ISB usually asks is how you would contribute to the diversity of the class at ISB. Now, diversity for ISB simply doesn't mean gender diversity or your ethnicity. It also means your educational background and your work experience. It is very important for the school that you contribute inside the class and outside the class as well to the cohort. So extracurriculars form an important part here that you can surely highlight. Remember, the question is not how diverse you are, but how you can utilize this diversity for the benefit of the cohort. This is a common mistake that usually candidates make, which you should avoid. So this brings us to the fourth criteria or the fourth element of our admission process, that is the overall profile. Now, overall profile is not an explicit requirement such as like giving an exam or filling out an essay, but it is implicit in the entire admission form that you fill in. You should be aware that you actually fill in all the accolades, all your achievements that you have got throughout your career, throughout your education. Not just this, but also your contributions made to the society in general. That also you must highlight when you're writing your essays, and any other leadership experiences that you have had, any other innovative processes that you've implemented. All this actually counts in when when your profile is being evaluated. After your applications are submitted, they are evaluated by the admissions team at ISB. Then they shortlist the candidates basis the profiles, and finally the invitations are sent to these candidates for the next round and the fifth element, that is the personal interview. This is the last stage of the admission process for ISB. The interviews are usually conducted by by a panel which is mix of ISB alumnus as well as officials from the ISB admissions team. The alignment of the panel with the candidate is done as such that the alumnus who is sitting in the panel usually has had an experience prior to ISB or post ISB, which is in line with the experience of the candidate who is appearing for the interview. Most of the interview, it is focused around your resume, what parts you have done, and they simply need to verify that you have actually done the things that you have written in the essays. The whole focus or the whole idea runs around that. They would go in depth on asking the questions about certain project or certain leadership experience that you've had. They also kind of conduct a stress interview in between, which is implicit while they are asking you certain things about your profile. General knowledge questions or such questions are not usually a part of the ISB interviews. After all this process, ISB rolls out invites or admits to close to 900 students, out of which 600 are admitted to ISB Hyderabad and 300 go to Mohali campus. So this is all about the admission process of ISB. I shall also be doing a video about the timelines that you need to follow for the process and what are the various rounds that ISB has. If you have any queries, do ask me in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel so that you are aware about the next video whenever it comes in. And you can also add me on LinkedIn. The link is given below. So hope to see you again. Thanks.